friends. Today I'm here to work on my shift and to answer a couple of questions I got from Instagram. And by a couple I mean a few, but semantics, right? So let's get started with the first question that I got. Would it help if I turned my phone on when I received them all? Okay, so one question we have is, what inspired you to get started on your crafts? Well, I've always been a very crafty person to begin with. Ever since I was real little, I would be working on something, be it coloring or making comic books, that kind of thing. So I would just kind of be persuaded by family to do something creative. And I'm very thankful that they did that because it stuck with me to adulthood. Oh no, my phone's on power save mode. Let me see what the next question is. What time period, culture, class, etc. would you like to learn more about? Not necessarily to make historical clothing for, just to learn about. The Victorian era has always interested me, so I think that that would be a very fun period to learn more about. Like, I know like base knowledge of it, but not anything substantial. And the shift I'm working on, the linen is from Burnley and Trowbridge, and it's part of their shift sew along that's on their YouTube, which I will link in the description below if you have not already seen it. It's quite fun. Get to utilize some really good hand stitches. And it's just something really neat to do while you're not allowed to do anything else. Next question. What is your favorite project that you've made? Oof. That would be like asking me what is my favorite child. I love all of my children equally. But if I had to guess, my yellow 30s dress. That I have from Dapper Day. I think that's one of my favorites. One other question I have is, what would you like to see more of in the vintage/historical costuming community? More people of color! More people of color being represented. Like, we're out here. We're doing the things. Showcase us. And not just in times of great tragedy. Showcase us randomly on a Tuesday. Or what have you. Next question. Ooh, what is my star sign? I am a Cancer. My birthday is on July 11th. So this may or may not come either before or after my birthday. What is my favorite time of day? I love the night. It's quiet. People are sleeping. I'm probably sewing something or puttering around on Stardew Valley or something like that. So it's nice and quiet and it makes me comfortable. Who taught me to knit? I taught myself. taught myself at the tender age of 17 when I wasn't allowed to go home in the middle of my senior exhibition work. And for those of you that don't know, I'm not sure if it's the same in other states, but in California at least, you have to do a senior exhibition project wherein you bothered a professional in the field that you were in and that you were interested in, rather, and you do bunch of research, like how much it costs to go to the school of your choice, that sort of thing. My choice was animator, and I threw out a bunch of questions to a bunch of different animators, and only one got back to me. And I'm still very thankful that he did. Fortunately, I don't remember his name, but I'm sure if I go back on my DeviantArt, I'll find it. But he was quite sweet and gave me all sorts of insider information. And by insider information, I mean you don't need to go to art school to be an animator, but it most certainly helps because art school is very expensive. And I wasn't allowed to go home because I finished my project early. So I decided to do something with my time. This was on a Friday, so that Friday I went home the normal school hour, and I asked my grandpa to take me to the fabric store to get a Teach Myself to Knit book. So went, got this book, got some yarn, threw the book out. It was more of a kit, so it came with like knitting needles and various other things, and I tossed the book out because the book made no sense to me. Scoured the internet for video tutorials, found some, and the rest, they say, is history. Let's see. How did you come up with your Instagram name? My sister came up with it, actually. It was, it's kind of funny story. She's 5'9", 5'10". I'm 5'2", I'm 5'1.5". So I'm very tiny to her. When I don't have my glasses on like I'm supposed to when I'm crafting, I look very angry. Because I'm squinting, because I can barely see, and also over getting my eyes adjusted to the light, etc. And I'm always crafting something. So one day, she comes up to me as I'm struggling in vain to knit something. I think it was a scarf. She's like, "Oh, my little tiny crafter." And she looked at me. She like got like this. She's like, "Oh, you're so angry. Hey, my tiny angry crafter." And I was all like, I figured out the name of my blog. Because before the Instagram came a blog, which I still have, which I still need to add to. Because somebody, Janie, will be on my case about it if I don't. So yeah, that's how I got my Instagram name. Let's see. How are you, and what is your favorite item in your wardrobe? I'm okay right now, thankfully. Past couple of weeks have not been very good, thanks to everything happening in the world. But as of this moment, I'm doing well. Found friends to talk to and confide in, friends to keep close, that sort of thing. And my favorite item in my wardrobe, oh boy, this charcoal gray dress, which I suspect was handmade, like by like a student seamstress or something. It's very like mid 60s, like not mod, but you know, very fashionable 60s. And it's got this nice wide, I guess it's a Bertha collar, and it's just beautiful. I'll attach a picture. It's lovely. I wore it to see Hidden Figures some years back. I think that's one of my favorites. It doesn't count that I'm looking at it right now on my hanging on my back of my door, but that happens to be one of my favorites. It's lovely. Fits me nice. I look damn good in it. Also, I'm not using my thimble. Oops, how far did I get? A good distance, and I'm not wearing a thimble. Also, I cut my thumb on a mandolin the other day while making french fries, and I had to be very careful that I don't get linen thread underneath the cut, because I'm too lazy to put a band-aid on. I'm just lazy today. Nice, lazy, quiet morning. Here's a good question. How do you do vintage styles with natural hair? Do your hair natural. Wear vintage. Just as simple as that. But if I were to, say, emulate a different style, I would just study how that style is done on straight hair and apply it to my heavily 4C textured hair. And scream a lot and use about 800 bobby pins and scream. Mostly scream, but that's how my hair adventures end up being, mostly, is me screaming. A few questions, if I may. How's the garden going? Garden's going well. For those of you that don't know, I have a garden going. I will be making a video on it quite soon. It's in the works. It's very happy. It's liking this heat, surprisingly. I'm excited for it. What am I growing? Oh, you're gonna have to wait for that video. But I will tell you, one of the things that I'm growing is crookneck squash. So a nice summer squash. They're about this big. I'm so proud of them. What do you think your next project will be? I'm gonna stick to 18th century shenanigans. So I'm currently working on my shift, as you can see here. I have a pair of stays. A new pair of stays, I should say. The first pair was more of a test pair. Yeah. And then an Italian gown after that. So lots of sewing. I'm not going to do the Italian gown by hand or the stays because I value my sanity. So that should be fun, but that's what I have coming up next. That's it. Okay. Next question. Is there a particular dress or ensemble you dream of creating? Is there a rare textile you would like to work with? For example, spider silk. Particular dress or ensemble I dream of creating? Honestly, the Italian gown, and I would also like to make a petanque. Probably mispronouncing that because my French is terrible, and when I took French, that was way over a decade ago. Way over a decade ago. So, and a Pierrot jacket. I just want all the cute little jackets, the cute little 18th century jackets. That's what I want. And a rare textile. I've always been fascinated by shark skin. I think it's like some type of broadcloth. I'm gonna have to look it up. I will put what shark skin actually is over here, because I've seen it on some suit patterns that I have from the 40s, and I'm like, I hope that's not actual shark. But I don't think it is. I hope it's not. Let's see. Next question is, what are the most and least favorite colors and fabrics for making things? Most and least favorite colors and fabrics for making things. I like pastels and reds. I'm a huge sucker for red fabric. It's just so pretty and so nice, and there's a shade of red that works with literally everybody. And pastels, like, I'm a sucker for pink. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Which is a derivative of red, so, you know, just little fun things. And favorite fabrics, I like working with natural fibers in fabrics. So I like my linens, my cottons, wools. This is going to be difficult with the injured thumb, so I'm going to have to do it left-handed. Whose style and history inspires you, and or whose style had influenced you the most? My mother influenced my style quite a bit, as did my grandmother and great-grandmother. My grandmother, still a very stylish woman. She often she has a bunch of suits, right? So many suits, you guys. And they're all beautiful. And they're all like the skirt suit sets. So growing up, I thought that was just like the epitome of glamour. And my mother would wear, you know, pretty casual stuff. It would be how she did her hair, how she did her makeup. And I would just be like, aha, that is how you become a pretty person. So. And my great-grandmother was a seamstress. So she would often make her own clothes. She knit. She tried in vain to teach me to knit at the tender age of 4. It did not work. But, darn it, she tried. But she, very sweet woman. So yeah, those are my style influences. Ooh, here's a good one. Do you have a dream cosplay or historical costume you'd love to make? I'm gonna turn that or into and. So, I have some dream cosplays. but one of my biggest dream cosplays is ever just immediately have your thought just leave your head? I remember there's a term in French for it, isn't it? J'ai obligé? French speakers, please don't drag me in the comments. Je suis désolée. And let's see. Wow, what is cosplay I want to do? Well, I would like to make Princess Tiana's lily pad dress. Lily pad wedding dress, rather. It's been on my list since the movie came out, so is that a decade? That'll require lots of poof and fluff and happiness. I also want to create all of Tiana's wardrobe. That could be a fun video. Just designing it, making it historically accurate. Historical costume. A robe au français. Or the Watteau back. Sack back dress. Let's see. And let me check the Twitter machine. Okay. Got a couple on Twitter. If you couldn't make clothes, would you rather master upholstery or plush making? Seeing as I used to make plush toys, when I started knitting and crocheting again, I would choose plush making. It's fun. Get to make a cute little friend. So, I think I'd choose plush maybe. And let's see. What's the worst type of fabric to work with? Can you estimate how many times you've pricked yourself while sewing and crafting? My worst type of fabric to work with? Gosh, I can't even remember the name of it. But it's like this shimmery type of synthetic fabric that shatters if you look at it the wrong way. And if you use the wrong kind of needle. And if you look at it the wrong way. So, that. And how many times have I pricked myself while sewing? Thanks, camera, for the alert. Pricked myself about 1 billion times. Ooh, if money were no object, what fabric would you buy and for what project? I would buy some gorgeous silk and make a silk Italian gown in this gorgeous yellow silk. Probably gonna put a picture from Burnley and Trowbridge over here somewhere if I can figure that out. I probably can't, so it'll probably be the next slide. So, that. And that is all the questions I got. And I got this far on the garment. quite a bit of ways to go, but it's fun to chat, I guess. Sometimes I can do multitasking, sometimes I can't. So, thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Stay amazing. And take time to create something today. Hello friends. Today I'm here to work on my shift and to answer some questions I got from Instagram. Hi friends. I'm here today with you